Is that Joey Arnold's original oatmeal without his shirt on? Oh, yes it is. Oh, that's me. Brought to you by Coca-Cola. Everything you need is right here. I am Bruce Lee, Jet Li, Jackie Chan, and a little bit of vanilla mixed together. I'm Harry Potter and Austin Powers. I'm Bill Gates without a tie. I'm Harry Potter without the British accent. I'm Austin Powers without a car. I'm your best dream and your worst nightmare. I'm what you wake up to and go to bed to. I'm your lover and your hater, your lover and your breaker. Man, I just come in, take you down, down. Oh my goodness, oh my God, is that Joey Arnold fighting? Who does he think he is? I think I'm original. I'm the original oatmeal. I'm the original everything. Oh, no, not really, but close enough. I just want to be your lover tonight. I just want to be your lover tonight. I just want to see you come alright. I just want to take you on over. I just want to be your little clover. I just want to break you down. Animals are dying. Animals are dying. Animals are dying. Animals are dying. Before you give up on me, never let go, no, no. Before you give up and lie, never let go, no, no. Never let go, no. I'll be there for you, oh. Never let go, no. I'll be there for you, be there for you. Oh, I like your teeth. You know I really, I like your teeth. You know I really, I like it when I like how you wear them. I like how you stare them. I like how you bear them. I just wanna be your friend. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da-da. I just wanna be your friend. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-da-da. Ba-ba-ba-da-da-da-da. I wish this guitar had a strap for my body. It kinda hurts when I ain't your buddy. I kinda feel lonely when I ain't got nobody. Oh, yeah. What you do and pursue what is true. Can you find in your heart the reason that depart? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? The world over, you may never ever find anything better than this. Better than what? Better than going after your dreams, after destiny, taking off your shirt and going wild like the animals. You and me, babe, want nothing but babble, so let's do it like they do it on the Discovery Channel. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? Actually, I don't have the correct words for that song yet. Can't figure it out because I can't make up my mind. So I'll just put down the guitar until you... You know, with these glasses, I make it look pretty nice sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, I got this secret that I want to tell you. Enter the dragon. Because, I can show you the world. Shiny, Timberlane, splendid. Tell me, princess, now when did you last let your heart decide? I'm naked. I can open your eyes, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride. A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no where to go. Or they were only dreaming a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no what to do. Or they were only dreaming. Unbelievable sight, unbelievable sight, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling on a magic carpet ride. I can open your eyes, wow, take you wonder by wonder, over, sideways, and under, on a magic carpet ride, a whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. I'll take you anywhere, there's time to spare. Let me share this whole new world with you. Ooh. Whoa, whoa. Brought to you by Disney, which is also bringing you Star Wars in 2015. Oh, did I just fog up the lens? Oh no, F-O-G, fuzz, fog. So tough to say, so tough being me. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. Nobody says you can't do this. Nobody says you can't do that. But I just can't wait to be king. Ba da 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 da. Do 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 do. Ba da 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 da. Ba da 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 do do do. Now, if you don't already know, my name is Joey Arnold. That's Joey. Joey Arnold. You can call me the original oatmeal. And if you don't know, my Facebook is original oatmeal. My Skype and my Facebook and my YouTube is original oatmeal. My email is originaloatmeal@gmail.com. For more information, you can email me, you can contact me, you can find me, Google me. If you can, if you want, you can add me on Facebook. You can share this with your friends. You can have a party and forget about me. But then you'd have to forget about all the wonderful summers we could have together out in the countryside, and wonderful camps, if there are any around here. We could have so many adventures. Just you and me. I could be Peter Pan. You could be one of the Lost Boys, or Wendy, or something great and wonderful like that. You and me, hey, we can go over the moon and back again. What do you think about that? Usually I wear a shirt in my videos, but at the moment I just wanted to take it off and show you a little bit of my body. To be like, hey, I'm not totally skinny, maybe a little skinny, and you may think I'm a little bit skinny because you may think, oh look, he's really white. Maybe all I'm seeing is fat. But this is not fat. This is like, look at this, like, that's not totally fat, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more because I'm a gorilla, like my father. My father is a gorilla. He was born and raised as a gorilla out in the forests of the jungles of Africa. And I've been like, Mickey Moorhead. My name is Mickey Moorhead. For some reason, I'm Red Dog. Jack is a gangster. But then Christ came and saved my life and got me out of the weary lifestyle of being a drugger, being a gangster man. I was like, oh man, I'm a gangster. I'm a Red Dog. I want to go and pop, 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 shoot the people, pop out, making trouble in the neighborhood like Will Smith and that's a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Man, I want to pop it up and make it everything, yo. I want to pop it up in the hot to the hood, everything like I should. Try to make everything like you would say. Everything in the hood, in the should, like you would, you never would. Hey, yo, bro, mother, father, come on now. Show me what you got, cause you ain't got nothing. But then I saw the light, and I left my terrible ways. But then I was like, oh man, I don't know what to do. Because at one point in my life, I was like a guinea pig. I was rah Hercules Roberto. I was like a guinea pig, man. I felt like a mouse. I felt like kept in a cage, and I could not get out, and I had nowhere to go, nowhere to run. I just, rah. But then I was like, my name was Nelson for a little moment, and I was like, I am Nelson, your stupid neighbor. Yeah, I'm Nelson, your stupid neighbor. But I guess my voice has changed over the years, and now I'm a little apprentice. I really don't know how that happened. I used to have all these different characters that I would play about 14 years ago in 2000. And now that I'm older, I have a hard time playing these characters. I had a character for a film called Gangster Run. The character's name was Red Dog. And I played him with my brother. And I also had a guinea pig named Rah Hercules Roberto. He was the second guinea pig I had. My first guinea pig, Oreo, I slept on him. It was a girl guinea pig, and I slept with her. It was the first girl I ever slept with. But it was just a guinea pig. And I woke up and I was like, oh no, where did you go? And then I looked under my back and I was like, oh no, I smushed Oreo. I smushed Oreo, not a cookie, but a guinea pig. It was really sad, but it was not as sad as like all the mice I had. You know how we had this like cow, but it wasn't a real cow. It was just a mouse, and the mouse was like a female because it had it was white, but then it had like black spots like a cow, except not like the cows in Vietnam with they're just brown, and you actually get chocolate milk for the brown cows in Vietnam. But we had like a black and white cows that you make Oreo cookies from. Except it was a mouse, not a cow, and we had a few other mice that we got for the pet store around 1998 or so when I was about 13 years old in Forest Grove, Oregon, of the United States of America. Man, that's where I'm from, born and raised. And they started having babies because that's what they are. They're like part rabbit, and they started having all these babies. And then the next thing you know, we had like 30 mice, and I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to clean the cage and be a good little boy. And every day I have to wake up in the morning and get some newspaper and put it underneath their cage so they can go to the bathroom onto the newspaper, it comes out of their body and onto the newspaper. And I was like, oh man, I don't want to do that. I want to read the sports section of the Oregonian newspaper and see how the Portland Trail Blazers are doing, because I love the NBA basketball. You know, I love basketball because I've always wanted to be tall, black in the NBA, and in the NBA, like Michael Jordan. Yes, tall. Look, I'm not that black. I want to be tall and black and in the NBA and travel the world to be the next Michael Jordan, the next Michael Jackson, and Mother Teresa, and Austin Powers, and Harry Potter, and Captain Picard from the Star Trek Next Generation, and a little bit of Kirk too, because he's kind of cool too, not as cool as Picard. And I want to be Luke Skywalker because he's the redeeming character in Star Wars. A little cooler than Darth Vader because he's totally good, even though Darth Vader is the one that killed the Emperor. Spoiler alert, I just ruined it for you. But doesn't matter, because I don't want to ruin the rest of your life, so I'm here for you. I'll be here for you. I'll never let go. Never let go, no, I'll be there for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, what am I talking about? Oh yeah, I'm talking about my mice. Man, I had the mice, and there was a lot of mice. And there was like, we only had a couple that we got from the store, but then they had babies from the cow mouse, because they looked like a cow. She looked like a cow. And then we had like 30. And then my siblings were complaining. Siblings are brothers and sisters. And they were complaining like, oh man, your pets stink. You need to clean them more often. I'm like, oh man, I don't want to be responsible. I'm only 13 years old. Who do you think I am? An adult? I guess technically back in the day, and in some countries, you become an adult when you're 12 years old. You have like, if you're a Jew, you have this bar mitzvah that you have. But I'm not a Jew. I might be, you know, in the same kind of religion, Judeo-Christianity, but I'm not, no, I don't want anybody to castrate me. You know, throw me in the lake of fire, but no castrating me, you know what I'm saying? Don't do that to me. So I'm like, I don't want responsibility. You know, great responsibility gives you great morals. I mean, you have a great responsibility. That means you probably have great powers. That's what Spider-Man always says. Or his uncle. Who knows who said it? Nobody knows. Nobody cares. What matters is the principle behind what is said and not the exact programs. But I was like, you know, I want to do something. I want to have a little bit of responsibility. So, you know, I had the mice, you know, in the cage, in my room, but then in the hallway, and then in somebody else's room, and in the living room, and everybody was just complaining, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, so I stuck them up in the tree, in the front yard, in the big maple tree. I made some, like, I had some, like, buckets, and some blankets, and you know, mice are just like bats without wings, and you know, they're gonna be okay, because they got claws, and they're gonna be okay, so I stuck them in the tree, and I was the savior of the mice, Jesus Christ of the mice. Jesus, mouse, Mao Chu, Pikachu. So, you know, like a mouse man. Savior, Mickey Mouse, the savior of the mice world. Mickey Mouse, the savior. Yes. And I felt so good about myself, just a little bit, for a split second, because I'm a perfectionist and I want to save the day and do things. And I'm also an English teacher at the moment because I live in District 1 of Saigon. That's Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. Southeast Asia. But back then, I was in America, USA, and I was trying to make a difference in the world since I was 8 years old. And so, at the moment, I was 13, and I stuck them in the tree, but then the mice, like, I woke up the next day, and I looked up, and I saw them frozen, and a few of them fell off the tree, froze to death. They fell off the tree and froze to death. And then one of them was like half rat and got back into the house, and then later, I saw like a skeleton of like a baby mouse stuck inside like the couch, the sofa or something. And I was like, where did this come from? Must be a new baby. Maybe the one that got into the house was a mother. But it wasn't a mother, it was like a father. So where did this come from? Where did this new baby come from? No idea. And it blew my mind away. But it's really sad because like I had these snakes too when I was like about 11 years old. And 11 years old. And I had this big like bucket and I stuck the snakes, these little small snakes, and I stuck them inside there, and I had a bunch of water in there, because I think it wants to swim, but then it would just go to the bottom and drown. The snakes drowned, because it was just like running away from me, and it drowned, and then, or one time, like, maybe it didn't drown, but there was one time, oh, I know how it died. So, like, it was inside a cage, and I had a bunch of grass, and I stuffed the grass into the cage, and I suffocated the snake. Just like one time I had a pillow and there was a guy named Blake Webb, and I must have, no, that didn't really happen. That's a joke about a guy that I knew that something happened to him. But if you don't know the name of this guy that I'm talking about, then it's not funny to you, so you don't need to know about this. But then maybe I'll tell you more about this later. But oh, buddy, I'm kind of just throwing a bunch of information at you, and you may not get a lot of what I'm saying because I'm kind of just like throwing a bunch of like inside jokes to you, and you're like, what in the world is he talking about? But I like doing that. Go to the last drop. Obey your thirst. Never give up in life. So, like I was saying before, for more information, you can contact me. Just Google Original Oatmeal or email me originaloatmeal@gmail.com. And let me know in the comments below what you think or something. Otherwise, I'm not going to know what you think if you don't tell me. There's a lot of things that I like to do and like to say. A lot of people make fun of me, and I've always been made fun of since I was about 4 years old. Even like my siblings would like kind of call me like an alien because they couldn't understand me, and I had a lot of trouble growing up, and I was homeschooled, and my mother helped me talk better, and then I started talking better when I was like about 11 years old, and then I started going to high school, and I was about 15, a year too late, but better late than never, better safe than sorry. And you know, the turtle wins the race and not the rabbit. The rabbit may be faster, but the turtle can make it eventually, and that's the kind of person that I like to be. And you should try to be too if you're not already. Never give up, never surrender, never back down. Get back up when you fall down, get back up, never give up, never give up, never give up. It's very important. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? I want to kind of spread some inspiration, encouragement, education, and oatmeal to you as often as I may. And that's the purpose of my videos. Now, I'm a perfectionist, and I understand that a lot of my videos are not that good, and I say and I believe that my videos are not finished. So I feel like there's a lot of problems with my videos, but I still put my videos online, mostly on YouTube, because if I don't, then I may never ever do it. I may never ever release my videos online onto the internet, so I should try to do it as often as I can. I just want to see you smile. You have been there for a while. Just want to see you smile. Just want to see that face light up in you again, just like it used to. And I what happened to the day when we could run around and play? What happened to the day when everything was so much better? I just want to see you smile. You have been there for a while. Just want to see you smile. Just want to see that face light up in you again, just like it used to. I also teach English here. In this room, I teach English here. You can come here, you can sit in one of these chairs if you want. I teach here with some Vietnamese people. This is on 544. Let me write it down in case you don't know or if you don't understand. I live at 544 Bo Ban Geet. And that's room 7. Room 7. You have to go up to the third or fourth floor. It's the top floor. You go up the stairs. You park your bike or motorbike or something somewhere out there. I don't know. Nearby there is a parking spot anyways, or you can just walk here, take the bus or something. This is Q1. That means Wong Mot in Vietnamese. District 1, Ho Chi Minh City. Ho Chi Minh. That's Saigon, Vietnam. For more information, you can call me at 0163425169. That's a 9, not a 4. 5. 0163425165. Again, this is my Viettel phone number, cell phone number. So again, my Viatel cell phone number is 0163 425 165 1695. Again, I messed up. 0163 425 1695. I live at 544 Phan Kiet, Room 7, Walmart, District 1, Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam. In Asia. That's Asia. In case you don't know. Asia, that's Southeast Asia, the continent. I don't know the Vietnamese word for Asia. I saw it before, but I can't remember it at the moment. My email, in case you want to know, ORIGINAL, oatmeal, OATMEAL, at gmail.com. That's my email. You can email me here, originaloatmeal@gmail.com. For more information about practicing English, you can email me. That's the best way to contact me. You can also find me on Facebook, which is just type in the email to find me on Facebook. Easy as that, or just type in Original Oatmeal on Facebook. You can also do it on Google to find me. Let me try to write that down. So Facebook, FB. You can type in fb.com/Original Oatmeal. Simple. I try to keep it simple so that people can find me. FB, that's Facebook. In case you don't understand what I am saying, Facebook. You can type in facebook.com/Original Oatmeal, or just type in the two letters FB, F for face, B for book. And my YouTube is the same. youtube.com/Original Oatmeal. It's kind of boring, but just want to make sure people understand. No space between Original Oatmeal. Also, there's a website that me and a friend is working on. We're working on it, and we want to make a website that's like better than anything. And we may change this, but for now it's Mia Omnia. That's two Latin words that means my everything. And you can see things about me at miaomnia.com/o. That's MEAOMNIA.com/O. That's the letter O. miaomnia.com. Oh my god, Jerry Arnold, you're just making ads about yourself. Yes, well, yeah, I'm making advertisements about myself, promoting myself, kind of, because that's kind of what, I feel like should be done at the moment. So, I am English teacher. That's Yao Vian Ting An. So you can join the Oatmeal English Club if you want. You can join the Oatmeal English Club, where you can practice speaking, listening, reading, and writing. So for more information, contact me. Or just, you just write to me and tell me anything you want, like if you like me or if you hate me, contact me. I'm the kind of person that, like, I just want to make a difference in the world. I want to do whatever I can. So, whether that be helping people with their English in Vietnam, or just helping people with whatever that I can help them with, because I feel like that I'm kind of good at a lot of different things in the world. I feel like, because like I like to make videos, so I want to be a person who can tell stories to people and make a difference in the world through the stories that I tell. I want to be like Steven Spielberg, George Lucas. I want to be able to tell stories as an actor, producer, director, writer, editor, designer, web designer, teacher, whatever I do as a guitar player, piano player, singer, dancer, model, philosopher, counselor, tutor, constructionist, carpenter, whatever that I might do, basketball player, video game player, person who sits down and talk to people on Facebook, person, whatever that it might be, I want to try to use my gifts, my talents, or the lack thereof, to benefit other people, to benefit the society of mankind, and I believe that I'm gonna try my best to pass it on, and you should do that too, if you know what I'm saying. That's kind of the purpose of this video. I feel like maybe I should put a tie on first and then make this video all over again. But until then, thank you, yeah, thank you for watching, and eat your oatmeal. Take care.